Boom, 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 boom. Local area.
Should take this. Or get a sponsorship.
Or get a sponsorship. Boom,
Or a
boom.
local gas station.
From a local gas station. Always a gas
Hell
station.
yeah.
Sponsor. Mic check 1 2 1 2. You're gonna have it open on your end, right? No, the chat and stuff. You can come.
It's here.
Enough on both. Okay, okay. Give me a
Both
minute.
sides.
Let's see what's going on with that. Mic check, mic check. Out. Looking out. For our young MTI scientists out there. Looking out. Vocals. Trying to get them vocals right. Yeah, always facts. We definitely want some facts. Facts from Jose. Yeah, I am cutting out.
I don't know what I've learned recently.
At Till. Yo, you don't know. You don't.
Still,
Still.
maybe.
Always facts. Let me see. Facts. Yeah, I think you should be good, Spello. Two. Alright. I'll be checking in and out. That's it. Last check. Let's do that last mic check. Yo. It's crazy. And I got All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Higher Thought Cast. I go by HT or Jesus, depending how well you know me or how close you can get to me. And today we're just chilling, just vibing a little bit. I do have here Jose, as many of you all can see. Hopefully everybody's doing well on their Thursday evening. And if you care to be here, if you care to click on this damn video after the stream, thank you. What's up, Jose? How you doing, man? Everything. Owen?
Yeah.
You said something interesting as we were mic checking. The last thing I learned, caveman DNA is more common. Others get not indigenous spouse. I think we always undermine.
People, robots.
Huh?
They're not.
No, they just have
Some
different.
synthetics, yeah.
They
Okay.
just have some other things going on with
Okay.
them, man.
Dude, I forgot my.
They don't got that good strength. But I thought that was really cool because I think a lot of the time culturally we always undermine the as yeah as with indigenous. So that's the last thing I learned that it was really cool. They want to do some research on that. And I know, right?
Get it from there.
You haven't done it yet?
They,
Yeah, would you do it?
ancestry-
Would you do it?
ancestry?
Why
'Cause
not?
it would be interesting.
That simple fact, I'm actually motivated to do the 23andMe. Caveman. Yeah, 'cause before, you know me, I'm hyper paranoid. Anyways, I'm not. But who cares? They can have it. Make another me. Let's go. Let's go. But what about you? What's the last time you felt you learned something new?
Uh, down of
Oh
the
yeah,
HHD, the
yeah, yeah,
HCD, whatever the
yeah.
um,
Every five
shrinking
seconds.
that down
Uh
half
huh.
half or shrunken,
Right, right, right.
but somehow it was everything was just shrunken like cut in half basically.
Uh huh.
And everything just twice as fast.
Yeah.
It's like water.
It
Much
gives
faster.
you more memory, right? When you shrink
It's
the.
like
Yeah.
SSD.
Okay, hold up.
Half the cost. I guess.
You're definitely cutting out a lot. You're good. You're good.
The
Let me
cable
see.
placement.
See if still nothing, huh? Ah. I bet if you lift it a little bit higher, just up. Yeah, right there. Yeah, see, I think you just have to get closer to see. Here, speaking to it, please.
Hello world.
See if I can catch you. Yeah, I know, I'm working on it. Thank you.
Can't even hear me.
All right. Yeah, you just got to be closer to the
Don't be shy.
mic. You gotta. But so yeah, that's actually really cool though. That you can shrink memory, but shrinking it makes it bigger in itself when you do that.
Yeah.
That's
And
definitely
it's just
interesting.
like faster.
Faster.
That makes older computers and stuff very much worse.
Very much. I wonder if the speed still works the same on it. Because that's usually why you want more memory, so it can continue to be fast as it processes so much. I wonder if the speed catches up with it when you do that.
Possibly.
We gotta get that man
Like
down
the
here.
limitation within the motherboard and everything else.
Yeah.
Because we were talking about it. He had
Shout out to Hector.
Yeah, Hector. Is the he was saying like within the
You got cameras, I know. No way, but um, well, another thing I think that interests both of us mutually is psilocybin, right? And the main reason, well, first I'll be honest for everybody. The reason why we even started streaming at this time, we had to set the mood, we had to set the vibe, we had to, have a little creative session, as I would like to call it. And plus, recently, Jose is more inspired to shoot a little more with his camera. So just wanted to set a little scene. We shot some things, Maybe later those will come out. Who knows? Never. We'll burn them with us. But yeah, I had to set the room. I was really not. I was almost debating not to stream today. I don't feel it. I don't think I got anything to say today. So yeah, so we set up in a control environment. We did some shoots, as you guys can see the screen. We had a different image on that, but I just ran into that image as I was going through all my photos, and I was like, I forgot about it, so I just felt like putting
That's
it.
a really good picture, dude.
well, the black and white. But yeah, so we were shooting a little bit, and that's why we started the stream right now, which is just how to catch some good energy. And I think from now on, that's gonna be the usual with us. We gotta get the energy right, stretch a little bit, get our mind right before we get on here, so we don't come in all cold.
We're gonna talk about something first.
Yeah,
Practice and then
practice and then actually do the real thing.
write stuff down. Put a joke in there once in a while.
Yeah. Make sure we're not boring everybody. But yeah, so psilocybin, and the reason why I thought it would be a great topic to never get tired of speaking of, because you know how the internet is, Jose. It's all hype. Things happen. Laws pass. Everybody's excited. Everybody's into it, right? Forever. There's never a bad time to speak about psilocybin. You guys heard Jose.
All the time.
All the time.
All day.
All day. Yep. I'm up for a trip for sure too. So, psilocybin, to me, we got to keep the conversation going, even from serious to non-serious to extremely educational. But we got to keep this conversation going, especially in the state. Law passed, everybody gets excited, and then you lose interest. But we got to keep going, because we haven't even scratched the surface as far as where this whole thing should go. As far as just whole public general population type thing, we're gonna see it. But where's your interest at still with psilocybin? Because I mean, we have dozens of different conversations about that subject. Probably our favorite subject to speak about. So, which possibly speak to our lawyers. So, where's your interest still at with psilocybin at this moment?
It's very much there, man. Like, I would have a lot of interest into it. I'm not sure into which kind of part to go into the most, but like I want to first kind of get a little bit of information into the science of it. Like see what's actually kind of happening with all that stuff, and then from there, just kind of knowing a little bit of what it does and kind of what it does and how it's kind of like built up and all that. And then from there, I was used.
Right.
That part, I was used during the past.
Yeah.
All like the stuff and all that stuff.
The shamans, the indigenous, the original use.
Yeah, look back in with. I was looking into. I didn't get to catch place of where it was like.
Yeah.
But there is a statue of Aztecs, of this kind of like flower kind of like on him where he's like sat down and all that stuff.
Yeah.
There's certain like flower patterns.
Okay.
Or flower imprints of it, sorry.
Yeah.
And some of those flowers are now known to be like the psychedelic ones. And I think he's holding like something in his hand that kind of looks like a mushroom.
Yeah.
Something like that. Or he has like a mushroom also kind of like
a
kind of picture patch on him.
Oh, okay.
So there was some knowledge way back then.
There's definitely was.
From all of them.
Yeah.
So I would like to also go into that, see how they were using it more. Seeing what sort of section, I guess, and I guess it's always going to be more on a ritual with them, or more of a ceremony, which should be the most appropriate way to use it.
Yeah,
you shouldn't be using it just all willy-nilly and stuff.
Yeah, the utmost respect.
Yeah, you got to build a pyramid, you got to sacrifice a person, you got to do it right,
Yeah. There's just so much different angles where your curiosity can just flood, from the scientific point, from the original indigenous ancestor type thing where the Greeks were making in tea, sit down and have these deep conversations.
Yeah, like try to trace it as well, like going into that, like tracing it in to see how far it's been used and stuff, and since when,
So what do you think? Do you think we've kind of always been using this? Because that seems to be the general thought process. Because we, across all cultures, some sort of psychedelic. I mean, sometimes directly psilocybin, And as you were saying about the flower, I forgot the specific name, but the Egyptians flower means psychedelic too. Egyptians used the flower. Yeah, nice. It's a specific name. I probably even have photos of it.
Yeah, I have pictures saved of that statue.
Yeah,
I have them there, but I don't remember the name right now because it's like in their language, which is like all that kind of weird.
Yeah,
like
indigenous
and
yeah.
stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah. So do you think we've all, as humans, we've always used them, like this substance, or since we found it or ran into it, whatever that was? You know why? What makes me think that we've always, and a lot of several factors make me think that we've been using it, but the main one that makes me giggle. Have you ever seen that video of the dolphins passing the pufferfish?
Yeah. Yeah, they're playing like volleyball and stuff.
No, but they were actually getting intoxicated, right? Yeah, from the poison of the
dude, that pufferfish having the worst day of his life.
Yeah,
you know,
like,
it's just like, oh, get out of me.
I was like,
it's just spraying itself like that.
They're not dying to my poison. Yeah,
like, what
they're
are
just
they?
passing me
What
around.
is this? I've been lied to.
Yeah, I thought that I was made to kill.
Yeah,
with
like,
this.
What do I have these bikes for?
They're worthless. Yeah, and I find that interesting because you can in the video, and maybe the perception's a little off, but they're enjoying it. Like they're even swimming on their backs.
They're doing it on purpose. You know, it's not like they just kind of found it randomly that one time. Yeah, and that's it. No, like they all kind of actively look for it at times.
And to me, for that simple action that it literally happens in nature, and other creatures look for this ultra state of mind. Like even in the water, how more trippy can you get? You know,
yeah,
already in the
underwater, like these guys can't even breathe under there, yeah. And they're getting high down there.
Yeah, like, they're like, yeah.
Like, okay, man, like, okay, I see.
I wanna have that video just playing in the background.
That's funny. That reminds me of there's this other Animal Planet video or like Discovery, whichever one for them.
Yeah.
Of these trees over in Africa. Mm-hmm. They grow pretty nice, man. They're really cool looking, and they grow kind of tall and stuff. And once their fruit like kind of bears and all that stuff, it drops once it matures. Yeah. And I guess starts like kind of keep maturing, then it kind of rots and stuff. But before it kind of rots, it ferments, dude, because it's just fruit, you know. Yeah. And so at the bottom, man, it's just like fermenting fruit everywhere, man. It's like this kind of round looking deal fruit. Yeah. I'm not sure what it is. What color is it?
You know what color it is?
I want to say it's yellow. If I remember well. I think it's like yellow, but it's like a small little round, almost like orange size, apple size, you know. So, but like this orange thing like that, and they all eat it, man. Every animal that passes by eats it, man. There's like little monkeys, like some what's the baboons? Yeah. There's some elephants that eat them, dude. There's like a big cat that eats it and stuff. And after a while, they just like eat up so much of it, and I guess their stomach processes it much faster or something. Oh. And so the fermented fruit, they get hammered, man. Yeah, and they go to a shot where the elephant, it's stumbling, man. It's trying to walk and it's stumbling, and like it has to hold on to a tree. Oh. Like it's lucky the tree is there. If not, it would have fallen over, man. Oh. Then like some giraffes eat something from it as well. So everybody, funny. Man, it's hilarious. But they look for it, man. It's like. And with them as well, it might be a little bit more scarce for sure, you know. But like noticing like that first taste from the fruit and stuff, like how it's just, I don't know, some bitterness of it, some sourness of it.
It's a fermentation for sure.
Yeah, and so from there, but they're like that, just keep going, you know. But it's funny, man. Like the monkeys, man. It's just like humans, just tripping out. Yeah, man. Honestly,
just tripping out high as shit. Do you think animals can smell it? Like, you know, because obviously, or are they just eating it because it's there? Or could they smell the fermentation?
I think a little bit of both.
Mm-hmm.
They might also just, well, at first, because it's fruit, you know, they're going to smell it and they're like, oh, yeah, let me go eat something, you know, at least check it out and see what it is. Hopefully it's not poisonous.
Yeah, of course not. Of course
you know? So, since they found out it's not poisonous, but it gives you this other effect. You know, they're always kind of going back to it because how that little patch of green of it it was failed, man. Like a bunch of animals were like into it, man. It wasn't just like one or two, and then like randomly like later on. No, like they were like everybody was kind of getting close to it, like all at once, just because it was there already. It was already like ripened enough before it went into waste. So they also knew about it because it's part of the seasons and stuff, part of their migrations as well.
But they knew it's like be there.
Like a rest stop, maybe.
They knew it was gonna be there. They know they were gonna sign in that shit right there.
Like, you know what? We're gonna go camp out tonight.
Yeah.
You wanted to see the stars in a while, didn't you? we're about to camp out, baby.
We're about to be stars.
Yeah.
But it's the same reason why koalas. You know why koalas are always those in that? Because whatever that leaf is that they chew, they get intoxicated from
that plant, right? They ferment it or something.
Yeah, that's why the koalas all too. And then there's another one that I always remember that does it. Well, catnip.
Oh, dude, yeah. What is that? What's in that? Is it like a spice or something?
Let's look this.
Because I've seen how they go crazy for that, man.
Yeah. Well, that's what I mean. But they get intoxicated.
Yeah. Like
it's that thing too. And then I think Osvaldo sent it to me like a long time ago. When not Osvaldo didn't send me this one.
Schedule one.
Yeah, fed.
Get out this chart.
The deers, they say that sometimes that's why they get caught in the headlights, because they randomly eat like mushrooms, and then sometimes they eat like psychoactive ones, and that's why they say that sometimes they stay stuck in the, like, you know, that whole term where it comes from. They're stuck in the headlights. But they say because they're tripping balls, they don't know what to do. And then, like, to them, who knows what...
go ahead. I was gonna say that they do react really fast, you know.
Yeah.
Like, I've seen some hunting videos and stuff.
Yeah.
And for the slightest like kind of step, and like the tiniest branches just like cracks, like the leaf just like crumbles and stuff, they look up, you know, and they hear, like, they listen.
Yeah.
So they're always on it,
you
know, because they're prey basically. Yeah. So they know, like, hey, anything I have to, you know, run, bounce, jump out of here.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Whatever
you know, like, I can't be standing around and see what it is, man. I just gotta leave.
But that's stressful way to live, man. Always gotta be on your toes.
Yeah.
You either might get mated on or you might get killed.
Yeah, you imagine that. Dude, I didn't even think of that. That would be horrible, dude.
Yeah, you're always like, it's free. Well, I guess there's a season for most animals where that time comes around, but still, like, if you're like a female animal, you always got to be on your toes, because it's
that's true, huh?
Have you we're about to go into tangent, but who cares? Well, let me read what catnip is, because I actually looked it up. Catnip, or Nepeta cattleya, is a common herb that is a member of the mint family. It's a plant that's easy to grow in North America, has light green foliage with lavender flowers. I didn't even know.
So minty?
Yeah, like it's part of the mint family. It's part of the mint family. That same kind of plant, according to Pet MD. Yeah, that's where it is. Nepeta. It's called. I didn't even know it was an herb. Look at that. We all just, if you didn't know what catnip was, you just learned something new.
Yeah.
But sorry.
I thought that was something just like kind of
like artificial,
made up. Yeah. Like somebody just found it like a snack, like those like super like chewy rubbery like kind of baking kind of stuff. I don't know if that's true baking, you know, but it kind of helps out, you know. It's vitamins, so
yeah. But that means felines probably look for those too in the wild.
They're aware of plants.
Yeah,
they know which ones to eat and stuff. Maybe like with berries as well, because they gotta figure out which ones, I would say,
are safe. So maybe they could smell it, right?
At somewhere over there. Yeah.
But have you ever noticed in the animal kingdom that the males are always like pretty? Like most of the females are just...
They're the ones that have to stand out?
Yeah, like, so they're just kind of whatever in nature. Like, the deer has horns. The male deer.
Yeah, it's like an exhibition sort of deal.
Yeah.
Like within all the birds and stuff.
Yeah.
Dude, the most colorful ones, like the most like intricate designs and stuff. Yeah, it's the male one.
I always found that hilarious. That's why the peacock be colorful and the female comes out, so it's just black and white.
Like, well, you like this? You like this or what? Nah.
Yeah, I always thought that was interesting. But another thing that I remember was just sent me not too long ago. I guess insects, they don't know what leaves they're biting in. sometimes they be tripping out hard. Grasshoppers, praying mantis.
Yeah.
I can see a praying mantis always tripping. They always got that look. Have you ever seen a praying mantis?
Yeah.
Like they're like.
Like, good thing I got fucking 6 legs.
Yeah, cause woo.
Yeah, I ain't standing on 2.
Not happening today. But yeah, they say insects don't know and they always be tripping really bad.
Really?
You imagine being in that little insect brain?
Imagine like a caterpillar.
That size?
Like, all you have to do is eat. you keep eating and you're higher and you're higher and you're higher and you're higher. Like,
so like, not a butterfly.
With all those drugs, man, like potentially.
Yeah.
We're living in a caterpillar's like crazy ass mind right now because he built this.
This was his idea.
He took DMT
DMT
to like 1,000 like billion.
Yeah.
Like, oh my god.
That'd be funny.
Like that chimpanzee mushroom story.
Yeah.
Nothing. That ain't nothing compared to this caterpillar.
So speaking of chimpanzee and psilocybin, have you heard of that theory where they say that that's how creation started? The chimpanzee found psilocybin because he started consuming it. That's how they would get smarter and grow and look within and stuff. What do you think about that theory? I'm a little shaky on that one, but it's not a bad theory.
Yeah, I haven't really looked too much into it, but
yeah.
That first like introduction part to it, I guess it makes quite a lot of sense, you know. Because if you were to have this sort of mind altering, but also this like mind opening,
yeah,
where you're able to maybe even like learn some stuff too.
Right.
You know, it's not necessarily just kind of like this high that kind of like goes to waste.
Yeah.
You know, like it can have a good purpose, and then it could help you out with like whatever learning, searching, and stuff, answering.
Mm-hmm.
And so, if they were able to use it, you know, which kind of goes into that evolution path that
Stone Ape theory.
Eventually, the Stone Ape.
Shout out to Osvaldo. Stone Ape theory.
Yeah, like they were eventually able to kind of figure out a little bit more, like, hey, keep using these.
Yeah.
You know, like they said, like within the dolphins, like using that fish and stuff, like the animals going to the fruit.
Yeah.
You know, like it's something useful that they use at the time. And I mean, at times, obviously, it's going to be an escape because you're in the wild. Like, you're always kind of being hunted, you know, or you're the hunter and you have those on the move and stuff. So a little bit of an escape there is also pretty good, pretty nice.
Yeah,
a little bit of downtime, but maybe a lot of downtime with this.
And downtime, I'll say.
And how often you use it, you know, man. Like, this might as well be a 9 to 5.
Yeah, like dang.
Like, man, you punch in already? Like, damn, it happened that quick.
Sounds just right, man. What's going on?
Like, what you mean? There's a factory there already? Godly.
You built it this morning, huh?
Yeah. You and how many, huh?
But if we look at it, even aside, because I when I looked into it, was a while back. I haven't retouched myself on that. But the general idea is that ape found psilocybin or some psychedelic and started obviously having the like visions, these profound inner insight within that chimp. And they say that's so. Let's just theorize it. You think that was enough for the brain for it to get to from that chimp to here? Just pure psychedelics. And obviously, as you continue to get better and smarter and bigger brain, other tools come into play. But it had to be something as simple as a plant, right? Because the randomness of that. Shout out to Osvaldo, he loves randomness according to him. Like, you're trying to see if this food is good, because of course a lot of people bit. A lot of the other ones bit a bunch of stuff that killed them.
But it does too.
And you know, but there was one or two that bit this one and like they were seeing things.
Yeah, they came back later and like.
Because just think about it. If we think about creativity and back to the caveman, what's the, you know how to say the technical term?
So easy a caveman can do it. Sponsorship right there.
Come on, insurance. Come on, for me and Jose will be your new caveman. You see us running around the city.
Yeah. We could do it.
Having these conversations. Well, them. Because, what, you think they were just around the fire? They just start painting the wall? You know what I mean? Like, or was the fire and the reflection the thing that started that path of wanting to paint your environment, or was it one of these trips accidentally hit this psychedelic, psychoactive plant herb?
I want to say into like taking the substance, because
Mm-hmm.
from there it kind of opened something, you
Right,
know,
right, right.
and then you were kind of able to realize as well, you know, like if they did see the flame and the shadows and stuff, at that point they kind of realized, and like there was some learning part for them, where they're like, hey, the flame is making this shadow, you know, like it's not something in the rock or like something coming out of it or something,
Yeah.
you know, like it's coming from the flame.
Yeah.
So if they're able to do that, they were able to like start to see like differentiate more patterns and stuff, but have the things just be more like man-made, because the flame would be moving and stuff, and so you're always gonna find some sort of shadow or like some shape.
Yeah.
And from there, they're like, okay, well, let me try this. It'd be pretty cool to find out like what was the kind of like first sort of drawing. Was it on the mud, where they did it here, or they got something on their fingers and like actually put it on the dirt?
I think
a stick with fire.
No, I think it's that one. I think
on the ground.
Clay from the ground, and then they put it on the rocks, or they figure out the mud stuff. But it's definitely the
So they're like,
paintings
okay,
in the caves.
they're like, yep, I'm gonna need a pallet for this. So let me build
It's
this.
definitely the painting in the caves. Those were technically the first ones of that whole situation. And you know what else makes me think about that theory or that idea?
Dinosaur footprints.
That too. That idea. You got a favorite dinosaur, Jose?
Dude,
were you into dinosaurs as a child? I'm still into dinosaurs.
I guess I was a lame child, man.
What the?
Damn, man.
You were not into dinosaurs?
What was I doing, dude? Apart from wasting my time, like, damn.
But what makes me, the thing that makes me think is how fragile was that brain, and how been easier or more sensitive or it would take to it, because it's technically according to everybody, the beginning of everything, those investments of the Homo sapiens, advancements of them, of the caveman, right? So where their brain much as you said, as the animals process it much faster and it hits them much faster, was the brain kind of the same thing? Because I knew you had a favorite. Like, what does Waldo put?
Allosaurus? Allosaurus?
Allosaurus. Yeah. But do you think the mind was more fragile and it would take faster to it? Because at that point, a lot of runways that we are used to having in our brain weren't there yet. It was just pure survival. 100% like the purest of survival at that point. So you think the brain would take faster to it? Do you think the trip was more? I feel they got to the point faster almost, because they didn't have these other hiccups. Because I mean, what are you going to be scared of? I mean, animals chase you every day, but you could be scared because that's the first time you experience that level of consciousness, right? Damn, there's so much.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Because I mean, you could just go into that like that's the only sort of life they've ever known. So there's also no need for them to ever kind of do something different, you know.
Exactly.
Unless they were to like move super far away where then there's no predators.
Yeah.
And then they're able to like focus on other stuff and trying to figure out stuff. But if you were to be out in the wild all the time, wherever, you know, in the water, in the jungles and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, excuse me.
No, you're good.
Most of your just like knowledge and survival would just be that. Like listening into something and then running right away. You know, and like you eat a little bit of this, but then you like head out because like you know that these things are good, and you just like keep moving. So there might not be so much time for learning because you're also just always on the move.
Of course,
you know. And then at nighttime, in some places, nighttime is like the hunting ground.
Yeah,
you know, that's the prime hour
for sure. Yep. No time.
And then some other and like they'll be like, man, we're trying to sleep, but these other guys don't, you know. They sleep during the day.
Have to meet in the morning.
Yeah, like look at this guy sunbathing.
Yeah, what the? I don't even think that was a thing. I'm sure there was a couple lazy ones for sure.
Yeah.
So, do you think it was more fragile to it? Because it's both ways, as you said. It was you've never known anything else, and you've never had the reasoning to think within yourself or inner self, right? Even just that. But you're not really. I mean, you're scared. Of course, there's fear, but you've seen everything. You almost died every day to a certain degree. You almost lost your whole family, right? So, what do you think? Is it the whole? All I know is this, and never even thought about my inner self. What do you think?
I think at times, cause like keeping up with the fear of it.
Yeah.
Is if like with the wild animals, like let's say like the Sahara and all that stuff out there, like the wildlands and stuff. If they're out there like kind of grazing, they're only seeing a certain amount of grass. Right. It kind of all looks the same.
Yeah.
So there's like this yellow, like greenish, like hues and stuff, whatever. And like that's about it.
Yep.
And if you're always being hunted and stuff, you might be eating here a little bit quick, and then you move on to the next space. So it's not necessarily that you stay so often.
Yeah.
And then you moving so quickly as well, being chased as well, and having that fear and anxiety all the time.
Yeah.
If somebody were to eat some plants that are poisonous or like really bad as well, they eventually kill them. A day or two later, even just an hour later, because they roam a lot.
Yeah.
Some of them will eat something like that, and by 2 days' time, they're like 100 miles away, and like eating another grass, and then like two of them just like fall over.
Yeah.
Like most of them would be even like within people and stuff. Like you wouldn't know, you kind of wouldn't remember like what did they eat, like what was it?
Right,
like we all ate the same stuff, so then everybody panics and stuff. But they don't panic that way. They're like, oh man, they dropped like shit bad for them. Like let me move aside because some predator's gonna come by. And I don't want to be next to it.
Yeah.
So like in that part too, they wouldn't leave any time for them to learn. It wouldn't kind of be this evolution where everybody's like, okay, let's all avoid the red ones here and don't eat the purple ones on this side. But then that's also more learning because you can't eat the purple ones here, but then the purple ones on this side are good. The red ones here are bad, but the ones over here are good. So that's also that learning part, which that happens a lot too. Like they know where to go eat and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And I guess through there, right? Like eventually, like later, millions of years, I guess that passed by.
Yeah.
Then everybody will be like, okay, yeah, that's why we don't eat these black ones because you die right away. Or like a day later, and everybody kind of knows why afterwards. But at first, it takes that sort of stance where like there's not necessarily that much learning because everybody's like moving away always, and there's no time for you to actually like focus. But then after a lot of you're always going in the same cycle and stuff, eventually everybody's gonna figure out that okay, don't eat those black ones, but eat these ones over here. Like eat these blue ones, not those.
Yeah.
But like it'll take a long time because you're always like you would only get a snippet of that information each time, and that could take like years, and then eventually it goes millennia, millions and stuff. So
yeah, I mean, thinks if that theory was true and that's how we got to this point, I mean, it would. The only reason why I would even give it any importance to that theory.
How come they don't keep evolving? Huh? Have you asked yourself that?
Hey, you gotta ask as well as that one. Leave me out of that one. I'm on the same side that you are. No, but because that's where we're at now, right? Because everything seems to be inner. Everything's within. Any issue, any progress is within, right? And that seems to be the best tool to hack this neurological, biological system that we carry every day, right? That's the best way. Yeah, because of course we've developed therapy, mental health, blah blah blah, and all that nonsense. But I mean, at some point, speaking about your problems to somebody should be outdated. And well, not really. I take that back.
You should just keep it in. Keep it all the time. Bottle it up. Throw it away in the bottle. Throw it out to sea.
Go become a school shooter.
Yeah. No, I didn't say that. I said
no, oh, you didn't want to get dark.
I said put it in.
Too dark for
I said
too dark for you.
I said put it in a bottle.
That's why I put you around the lights, man.
Put some alcohol in that bottle. Put a piece of cloth.
No, I wouldn't say that, because when we do have these conversations, aside from the jokes and all these other conversations, it's not for everybody too, right? It's not everybody's gonna be able to manage that voyage of what happens in your brain when you choose to consume one of these herbs, right? These mind altering herbs. So not everybody's made for it.
You think like at a first time, like one dose? Because what if you build somebody up with tolerance, you know?
No, that's the right idea, and I don't disagree. I think you could definitely train somebody to learn how to play with that or even interact with that.
So there's an active experiment with
Yeah. Active.
Yeah.
But well, the only thing would be just double checking what doors can open in that specific mind. After opening certain doors for certain people, it's no coming back. Maybe, for example, schizophrenic. Want to open that door? Because I don't think there's no. No?
Want to be there.
Don't. Damn, imagine being schizophrenic and being in the middle of a psilocybin trip. I could just see, you know how when people scan the brain, you see everything when it hits, I just everything activated like, or probably it's just one region of the brain.
So this is ultra instinct, huh? Okay.
Or it's just one region of the brain. So those two ideas, it's not for everybody, and it seems to be very pointed at your inner self, and that kind of seems to be the general consensus with psychedelics. Because when we go back to the indigenous perspective and the level of respect and what a shaman actually is, and when these ceremonies do partake, keyword ceremonies, you don't just do them for the shits and giggles.
Yeah,
you're doing them because there's a mission at hand that needs to be taken in this way, where you fall deep into that consciousness system. So because it seems to be that way, it's not for everybody, and it's only in special times and moments, or with planned out journeys, what you're trying to. And even back then, not everybody got a hold of this, because even the Greeks, it was all the philosophers and all the people that were not the lower scale of that time.
Peasants.
That's the word I was looking for. Peasants. You heard?
The layman. I guess that's more updated.
Yeah.
Can't say that no more. People get offended. Is it the good old working man, huh?
The good old working.
Yeah, the one Uncle Sam looks for. Piece of shit, dude.
Oh, that's hilarious, man. I love that. But that seems to be kind of the structure that comes with these things. What do you think about it? As far as it's ceremonial, because it has to be special, it has to be done ethically, and then as far as the general humans, some human minds are weak, are able to handle this for whatever reasons, schizophrenic, other reasons. There's a million reasons, or sometimes it can even be a heart condition. It don't even have to be with your mind directly, right? It could be a heart condition. The heart's not gonna be able to handle it. So what do you think about that idea where it has to be ceremonial, not for everybody? Well, one, not for everybody, because we don't want the recreational use, even though that's gonna happen because we're humans, and it probably even happened in those eras too. Mm-hmm. And it's not for everybody as
some
far
of the
as
back country.
No, definitely, especially in the back country. You just gotta move a cow. And you're like, yep, that's it.
Hey, look, there's some corn over there.
Yeah, just gotta clean it real quick.
Yeah, just put it in the sun. Put it in the sun for a bit.
So what do you think about that idea where it seems to be that's the thing that has always carried on?
I think in a way we're kind of holding a really bad ceremony, like a super horrible ceremony. You know, like the super just like in and out ceremony, like this Las Vegas ceremony.
Las Vegas ceremony.
I mean, it's kind of the same process for now as well.
Right.
You know, it's only as well for specific people.
Yeah.
It's not necessarily just like giving out for everybody, and there's not so much knowledge of it from every single person. You know, it's also just a little bit more people with this sort of higher like intellectual status, this sort of knowledge, you know, even this sort of just positions for themselves. Yeah. Which kind of goes back then as well. You know, you were saying that it was like the philosophers and stuff like that. Like, it seems to be like people of a certain sort of rank, whether it's like experience, like work-wise, education. Yeah, like there's something that you have that, you know, it kind of elevates you into that space, or then you're able to be more open-minded, and then you find it, you know, because even if it's like you're continuously working with your company and stuff, or like within your own thing, like you're working, but it's this like this ongoing kind of spirit with it, you know, where like it just lets you know, like, okay, like I'm noticing more stuff around me, and things could be helpful. You know, like if I eat a certain diet, it kind of helps out. Right. If I drink teas, it helps out. If I drink this, you know, mixed water, or, you know, I'll drink this, whatever, it starts to help you out. And then you're always to start looking, you know, you're always going to try to find like something that can elevate your state of mood for that, you know, your state of mind as well. You know, there's sort of energy drinks as well, with a kind of more healthier side of status as well.
We need the yerba sponsor, please. You know, MTI yerba sponsor. I will sell out for yerba.
Not that quick, dude.
Well, we got to talk, but got to get that attention first. So I need them to come to the table at least. Notice me.
But yeah, see, like there's that.
And this is natural too. Yerba is a plant too.
Yeah, like there's that spot where, like, you know, it's like kind of now it's known as like this like little niche of it, you know, because like it's necessarily it's open for the public, you know, for sure there, but only a specific few from the public are going to be interested because they kind of know something, you know, and then also like some other like more random ones are just going to be like interested in it, like start that way, you know, right away into it. So there's going to be some kind of stragglers around, some outliers. But always. I think it kind of keeps the same pattern in a way, you know. It's always for these sort of, in a way, like secluded, you know, people on the side.
Yeah, it almost seems, besides if we go back to the Stone Ape theory, because that was probably, if that theory is true, that's probably the only time that it was for anybody.
Yeah.
You just had to kind of find it or run into it or try it. And hopefully you don't die. Yeah,
like in that sense, also like kind of just going to it and like trying it for the first time, and like believing the first person to kind of tell you, you know, or that's spot, like that moment. Future, man. Yeah, like at that moment, like the ape, like believing them, like trust me, man, like you're gonna want to watch this.
We need to go walk down behind that bush.
You're like, dude, you've heard of VR? You will in 5 minutes.
You heard of the future? You heard of time?
Yeah.
We're gonna find it. Watch. Yeah. So probably at that time was the only time where it was open to anybody.
Yeah, like they're like free range everybody, like whoever. It not necessarily only apes, you know, any other animal as well, any other thing that, you know, that was during that time.
Yeah, and in reality, as any great tool that we get to have or create or discover, in bad hands, it could be bad.
Yeah, commercialized.
Yeah, well, yeah, definitely. I mean, especially in this era, going that way. Yeah, and it's also interesting as far as consumerism part of it, where like the gray markets that we starting to see around the city, especially, and I'm sure the gray markets in other states happen where they get you all the way there. They just don't show you finished product.
The last stuff, yeah.
They get you all the way there. You want that dirt? You want that poop? The turtle poop one? Speaking of that, shout out to Camilo. Hopefully you're feeling better, man. You just got back. You're going through it.
Dude. He was having a pooping incident. Is that what reminded you of Camilo? No. She had... Camilo, take it easy, bro.
No.
Take it easy, my man.
I can see why you can pick that one.
You said it, dude.
No. Okay. I got you.
You cut into it right away like it was an ad.
Hey, man.
Like you about to pull out some Tums or something? some 2 and 2? Like what the?
Oh, can see how that could be. No. But I actually want to remind me, and I'm gonna let him tell the story. So when we get him back on here when he's feeling good. No, Turtle made me think of it, but I'll let him tell his story. That's what made me think of coming up. I just want to shout him out. Hopefully he's doing better. Need you back on the on the camera, young man. But yeah. So is it at some point all this high education, high ethics, respectable thing not gonna really matter? Is there a future where people just kind of get it? Because as far as the recreational use, for me, to be honest with you, in my humble opinion, as Waldo said, he was in a truck getting kidnapped. See, Camilo, we need you to come tell your story, man. But yeah, next time you guys see,
there was a ransom out.
It's crazy. He had to take another week, but we'll let him come and tell his story.
No, that's why he made it back. I gotta go.
Gotta go. He was definitely in the trunk.
Like, that's one trunk too many.
You play too much. It's definitely one trunk too many. That goes. Oh, that's crazy. Yeah. Well, but when you guys see him, he'll tell his story. We'll have the Mazaclan recap. Shout out to Carlo. Hopefully you're doing better in your family.
Yeah, man. Good to have you back. Good to have you back.
Yeah, it's content.
Good thing you had fun. So
that's all that matters. Yeah. You got a story now. You got a great story to tell. You had your Mexican version of Hangover, basically. But is there a future where we just kind of get it? Because as far as recreational for me, the microdose, I'm okay with it. If we're gonna speak on the recreational, that's where I think it's okay because of what a microdose is. Helps you throughout your day. Now you're not really some deep hole.
Mm-hmm.
Like, just in case you have a damaged ring, hide with your bird homies and stuff. So on the recreational level, I'm okay with that. Microdoses is okay because I do see the better than yerba.
Yeah.
And but you know what I mean? So do you think, from your perspective, is there a future where we just get, or because obviously there's gonna be an era where we're just gonna probably get, and then there's gonna be an era where nothing's really as far as the future.
Well, if it leads to like a future of not caring for it, that would be pretty cool. Because then that would, in a way, mean that there's like no dangers, there's no lying, there's no stealing, there's no cheating and stuff within society. Mm-hmm. So then there's kind of no need for an escape. There's no danger, there's no need for you to flee. In a sense. So if you don't need to escape, well then nobody's gonna care for it. Mm-hmm. Nobody's gonna use it. Yeah. But then by that point, there should be knowledge that these certain things are what causes this. Right. And then there you're like, well, don't need it. It's that at that point that would be like this very secluded kind of deal. Mm-hmm. Where only like specifics. But then that would go back again, like the specific cycle again, because then there would only be like a certain group of people that do it. The free thinkers again, the philosophers at that point again, they'll be the only ones using it. Yeah. And then within the society where nobody else does it, so it would go into like that super self-efficient society. No danger, there's no risks, nobody kind of cares for it. But then like the stages start again where only somebody will find it, and then somebody will be like, hey, you know what? Well, there's something a little bit more than just being here and stuff like that. Yeah. And then like that cycle starts over again. So there's that part, but that would be like a pretty cool like for like fantasy scenario, I guess. Well, I mean, they could reach it through there. We don't know. I don't know. We're not gonna see it.
It's not technically fantasy, right? It would just, as you said it in the past, it probably lasts tops maybe 5 years, maybe 10 if you're in that quote unquote perfect environment. it will last, because at the height of every empire, there was a version of that.
It was
right?
good times.
Yeah, there was
good times,
there was
easy
a golden
times.
era.
Yeah.
You know, until the empire,
people were just drinking, getting high.
until the empire fell. I mean, every empire has a version of that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, just this simple. When the founding fathers of this country, I think Benjamin, founding father, yeah, his signature's on, right? On the
Declaration. What is it called?
Civil.
Declaration of Independence.
Yeah, isn't it? Yeah. Or
is
no,
it?
our
I don't know.
the rules we follow. What's that called? In
Constitution.
Constitution.
I don't even know.
Next to Adams or whatever. Anyways, but Benjamin, at the height of that in his role in that part of history, that dude was running brothels in Europe.
He was a businessman.
He was in the South. No, but no, not running, but he actually enjoyed that. That's how he would get his shit off.
That's how he'll find his inventions. That's how. Let me go clear my mind.
Yeah.
Like, don't bother me when I'm in my room.
Yeah, and it'd be loud.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
if the windows are steamed, it means I'm thinking.
Yeah, you know, I brought those. Jefferson did too. What Jefferson?
Hey man, shit. I've been missing out on this guy's methods.
Yeah, that's.
God,
but
what book? Where did he write this?
No, it's proven.
What's his diary, man? I gotta read that.
That Benjamin in Europe, he had brothels. Like that's how he got off his.
That was his money laundering.
Yeah, for money.
Like, dude, you already know something bad's happening. Like, come on, just enjoy it.
Yeah,
like I'm giving back to the society. You know, we're building stuff. Like,
I got my kite outside.
Like, dude, you see this road? Yeah, it was lit up because of this place.
Exactly. Yeah, but yeah, so there's always been this high form of, I wouldn't call it debauchery, but this high form of free of just enjoy yourself. Crazy.
Dude, imagine like
Black
back then
and stuff.
Yeah, and then going to war during those times. I'm sure they would prepare this way, and then after the war, they'd be like, "Yeah, let me get set.
Yeah,
let me settle my mind real quick." Cause
so you think there would be a time where this quote unquote utopia can occur, and maybe we can get it for that time period?
I think for a little bit of time, but that would have to mean that everybody, like all together, all at once, agrees to it as well, and like everybody starts to take it and stuff, and then from there, everybody reaches their highest level, and they're like, yeah, there's no need to fight, there's no need for this and that, because it's just cohesion for everybody. There's not much separation for anything. There'll be distinctions into like the place where you're at and all that, but everybody would just be like in this content. So that would be like the most perfect scenarios, basically. Where there's no dangers and stuff like that. But like I said, but that could take a while because you have to kind of convince everybody to actually take it. I mean, you can make it mandatory, but making it mandatory, it might not like be the best route, because then that'll get people even more against it right away, and then people will fight it and all that stuff, and it wouldn't necessarily be a full acceptance. Because it's not you choosing this, it's just like you're being told for it. A little bit of time there, it'll be like, say, it will last for a while, but until somebody, like how you said, they're like, oh, we've gone through these doors and these are the good ones, but oh, look at that new one right there. Let me see what that is, you know? And they go into it and then they come back and like, dude, I gotta show y'all something. Like, hear me out. You gotta hear me out to the end. Hear me out to the end. Just after that you can leave, but just let me hear me out.
You know what? Let's finish on that. Let's put ourselves.
A Greek mindset, dude? Oh.
No, I'm good.
Shit.
I'm
think of some battle drones.
No, let's put ourselves. Let's say that the stone ape theory was a fact. Of conversation, and let's say And well, I'll speak for myself. I've known the experience of what it is to
be a stone dude?
To alter my mind to a psychedelic. I can say that. So me personally, so they say we are the ape that found. So
fuck, you picked wrong, baby. I get the other color. Dude, this right's not. It's not what we were told.
So, and obviously, you know, we can theorize about the trip, but are you bringing it back? How are you kind of presenting it? And you're an ape. You're an ape. We don't have language yet. We don't, you know. So, but it's somehow it's happening, and it happened in there. So, what do you do?
Like I couldn't just dream this up. I'm not creative like this.
I didn't just fall asleep on a tree.
Yeah, like what? Like my arm didn't even fall asleep. Like
you think because so the naturalness of an ape, they're social, right? And if whatever the little clan is, they share food. They clean themselves.
Yep.
Whatever the case may be. So do you think by that we would want to naturally be like, look, yo, like,
yeah.
Like,
dude,
I mean,
that was the original.
Put that banana down.
That was the original bathhouse, you know. They're like, dude, like here, take this, bro, and work on my hair. You know, you about to go down the fucking barbershop and shit. Like, hey, here, take this, dude. Taste, you know, chew on this, you know, just chew on it. Like, let me see. Like, tell me what you think about this.
Yeah.
Like, and work on these braids, baby. Like, here, let me get this mace back here. Like,
yeah.
Like put a tiger face back here, you know, so everybody knows I ain't scared of nothing.
Nothing.
You know, and then like you're just there, like
yeah.
he said, like that social part of it.
Yeah.
They're all kind of eating together, and if they find a little bit of more sufficiency, like food wise,
yeah,
I'm sure they're gonna ask, or not ask, but take it to the tribe and stuff.
Yeah.
You know. And so at that point, yeah, like, dude, I'll put it in my pocket, you know, save some tot for later.
You mean in your hand? You got no pockets?
Dude, I like cut my shit.
You're an ape, bro.
By that time, you're tripping, so like, here's my pocket.
Rip a pocket
like,
in your chest.
Like, damn, like, yo, it had a button. That's why it wasn't opening.
It was your nipple.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that did that.
Like, damn, well, I got two of them? Damn, okay.
Oh, so you were ripping your nipples apart, that shit in there. Like, fuck. And
then you get back home and like, hey, check this out.
Oh, please.
You gotta eat this. Check this out. You're gonna know what you gotta find out who you are.
Trust me, we're not this. We're not this.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just funny to think about. Just, you find it, you kind of just pass down the middle. You don't have to trip. You're like, oh shit.
Yeah, dude, imagine like you trip out and millions of years pass by. Like you watch this podcast and like people making fun of you and like motherfuckers. Like y'all don't even know the story. Y'all don't even know who my name is. Like, and you're all mad like my name is, and then like everything like shoots back like going through space and stuff. Like, and like the monkeys say.
That'd be fucked up. This whole stream episode is this trip. Like, what the? They talking.
Like, how did I get here? Like, why?
Why are these people talking about? They kind of look like me, but they're not like me. Yeah. They're talking about me.
Yeah, and they don't even speak the same language. But I hear them.
They're not that hairy. What the happened? Oh, that'd be hilarious if that was the first trip of this stream episode, and we're just talking about the what if of that. Like, and he's like, "It happened." How do you think you got there?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. All right. So let's finish it on a good note. In a perfect world, what would you want this to be for us? The future, from your perspective.
Psychedelics?
Yeah.
Psilocybin?
Yeah. Oh, psychedelics. So we don't leave out none of the other great ones. What would you want it to be for humanity?
Like make them sacred again, make them like serious again, and like it's not. I mean, it is I think like within the age and appropriateness, like that. Mm-hmm. I think that'd be a good time. You know, like let your childhood just be your childhood and stuff.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. I mean, you're tripping
you know,
anyway.
like, yeah, like
as a kid, you're tripping by yourself.
Like if anything, I'm gonna stunt you. You know, like you're not gonna get
You don't need it.
You're not gonna get your good effects, man. Like I'm gonna trip you out.
Yeah. Because as a child, you're literally having trips. Imagine being 1 or 2, bro. Like, or even months. Like,
yeah,
like what is
like,
that?
That's where we started. Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, so the age thing, make it sacred, and then what do you want it to be? What is it? Cool. We better ourselves. This reach next levels. What?
I think on the tools, but making it be like, I guess like, well, everybody would have like an appropriate dosage and stuff.
Yeah.
And it wouldn't necessarily be like every single day, unless maybe like this micro dose kind of deals. But just being able to have it be like this extra time thing, you know, it's not necessarily where, like I said, well, like the micro one, you can maybe like go about your day, go to work, do stuff like that. But on the other ones, like the more searching ones, have those be more, you know, appropriated for sure. You know, like take your time and stuff, and like do all the other things as well. Like get to know it as well, and then from there actually like use it too. You know, like don't necessarily just kind of go experience a high. Like actually, I mean, it's gonna be kind of hard to kind of remember the things that you actually seen and went through and stuff. But at least getting that sort of like that feeling, that retrospect. Yeah, like we're like, oh man, you know what, like now I got to do this stuff, because you know, like most of the trip, if it's like really profound stuff, like they're not gonna remember it once you're out of it, you know. But you're gonna be impacted by it, and that's gonna be the driving force. So just using it that way, you know, instead of just being this, like a party, you know, like a party drug and stuff. I think that would be the only thing.
It's crazy how people's party on psilocybin. That still blows my mind. He goes stay down somewhere. So leave me alone. Yeah.
Use it.
I'm about to embark in a whole lifetime.
Like, let me put these headphones on. Just put these whale sounds on.
I agree with you as far as the ethical part, because I think that's what makes it even better, and that's how we can get those next level type of situations.
Yeah, and then at that point, because you know, it would be the kind of the most prepared people that are going to be using it, you know, and so in that sense, they'll have this other plan, but then they're going to use it as well. You know, they'll put it into practice afterwards, and then that's where also society is going to grow, because these are the minds that are working, and they're the ones that are trying to develop and stuff. You know, so like that would be a good thing, but then that makes that separation once again, where only those ones are the ones like building and like kind of creating stuff.
But what's wrong with that, as long as they're doing it for the overall good? Now, if you become selfish, greedy, and
just as long as never like excluded, where it becomes like, oh, only us, you know, only us that we work in this, or only us that this. Again, just like leave it accessible for everybody.
Yes, accessible for everybody, but know that your mind can handle it. Knowing that. If you know that, then you could do as you please.
So have school about it?
Or have that perspective, or have
just
that
teach about it, I guess.
Yeah, or
have some knowledge about it.
Or have that confidence within yourself. You know what I mean? Because if I invited you to the beach tomorrow, and let's just say you don't know how to swim, you probably do, but let's just say you don't, it would be a good idea, like, well, Jesus, maybe you should go by yourself, because I don't know how to swim, and I'm probably not going to get in the water, and you probably want to. So in that, I'm like, okay, well, thanks for letting me know. So if I am thinking of, let's say I'm trying to surf, right? That'd be surf. Right, and if I'm trying to do that, well, I spend a lot of time in the water, you know. Yeah. But you told me, you know that about yourself. Know that, so you're not going to put yourself in the water, or maybe, you know what I mean. You know that, so just having that intention within yourself, knowing these capacities, and if you like swimming, you can learn how to swim. Doesn't mean just up to you. You just get in the water, try things out. So it's that same idea, you know? Because yes, be accessible for everybody, but can you hang in reality? Are you ready for this? because I think a lot of the times when we say these people, these philosophers, shamans of hierarchy groups, right? They're able to use it because they've been able to refine their mind into it. They understand it. This is used for this, because to me, psychedelics is the tool that unlocks everything. I think, you know how we don't know a lot about the brain. Psychedelics
is the key to
is
it.
the key. It's the tangible, so we can hack this system through it and then start understand these various things, right? Because the things people even say EMT. That.
Yeah, imagine.
But any last words for the folks, Jose, before we get up out of here?
Practice safe experimenting.
Be safe, do your research, and then please, don't
be mindful of it.
Be mindful, understand yourself enough. This is what I would say as far as that. Can you drink an espresso shot? Start there. If you could take an espresso shot to the dome and you can handle that, then there's a chance. But if you're not even a coffee drinker and you're not good with caffeine, I wouldn't recommend. That's kind of for the general public too. Are you like a solid coffee drinker? If not,
you gotta work up to it.
Yeah, you gotta work up to it. And be happy. Shout out to Osvaldo. But yeah, everybody be safe out there. Be happy,
be kind.
And keep an open mind, please, especially when it comes to these complicated topics. They've been around for a reason.
Be safe, because then if there is no safety, then like there's a lot of gonna get about a lot of bad rep.
It's easy to bash it.
And then with there, then boom, everybody's not gonna have any access to it. Then it's gonna be this Schedule 1 classification. Mr. Osvaldo said.
Fat ass.
So yeah, if there's no safety, there's no knowledge about it. It's just gonna be taken away. So.
Yeah, and do your research and just keep an open mind. and also, it's okay if it's definitely take smart risks. Osvaldo.
Yeah, jump off that cliff. Yeah.
And also, it's okay if it's not for you too. It doesn't have to be for you. It's okay. That's another. If coffee, because a lot of people don't drink coffee, and that's okay too. It's not their thing. It makes them shaky. Because whatever the case may be. But on that note, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for everybody that did run into the stream today. Please like it, share it.
No regrets.
And this has been another episode of the Higher Thought Cast with Pepealv.